You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. It's G Day, Boxing Bros Sunday. This is G Block. I'm Caden. I'm here with my co-hosts.
You know who it is. It's your boy. This is Commissioner Trill Dollar Bill, and it's LLG for life. We activated.
That's right. It's time to get activated. And the first topic we're going to discuss is the greatest gatekeeper of all time. I've dubbed him that. Dereck Chisora, the greatest gatekeeper of all time. Del Boy slams the 0-2 gate in Joyce's face. And we're also going to discuss should he retire. But before we do that, we're going to take a look at the best heavyweight in the world, Alexander Usyk, showing up and attending Dereck Chisora's fight as a fan who seemed to be rooting for Del Boy. Yeah, and so Usyk visited Del Boy. He went in Chisora's locker room before the fight, chopped it up with him, went in there after the fight to check on him, make sure he was all right. So again, we talked about this. Del Boy fights everyone, but they all love him. They all like him. And caught red-handed is also Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, who sent the message to Dereck Chisora after the fight. We'll listen to what Tyson Fury said.
What a legend, old Dereck Chisora. So happy for him, so proud of him, and what a servant to British boxing he's been over the years. He's had so many fights and entertained us all on so many occasions, and what a way to go out with a bang. God bless you, Dereck Chisora. I salute you. You are the man. God bless you. All the best. Love you, brother. Good luck.
Dereck Chisora fought Tyson Fury 3 times. The third fight was completely unnecessary, but many people felt like Tyson wanted to give his brother some money. Tyson said, "We're not even friends." Do you believe him? I don't. But all right, we're going to take a look at one thing, because Dereck Chisora said he retired in his post-fight interview, but then he unretired less than a minute later. So we're going to take a look. This is Michael Benson reporting. Dereck Chisora has reiterated that he will not be retiring from boxing after beating Joyce, and still intends to have 2 more fights so he can reach a total of 50 fights before leaving boxing. All right, Trill Dollar Bill, after all that, the floor is yours. What was your reaction to Del Boy pulling off the upset, and should he retire?
I thought it was amazing. I was screaming. I was up on my feet. Well deserved. He deserved this. You know what I'm saying? Boxing needed this. This was a wonderful fight. 2 big guys going in there, warriors. It was crazy. It was great. I was excited. I'm sorry. I was excited. Man, you can't question the heart of Dereck. It was an amazing fight. It was an amazing fight, bro. I can't even, just the spirit of the fight. When he came out, I was like, he's going gas. And then when he dropped him, I almost fainted. I fell too. When he dropped him, I fell too. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this was really, I really needed that. I had a smile on my face. I don't care that I picked Joyce to win. My face was hurting because I was smiling so hard, and I was so happy for Del Boy. You know, I've been calling for, to go on to the next question. I've been calling for Del Boy to retire like 2 fights ago. You know, saying he was done. He gave enough to the sport. Even after this fight, I was like, I even said it. They was gonna wheel him out to the 0-2 to keep, you know what I'm saying? Because he is the 0-2 man, you know. I do know he had 3 fights on his contract, and he just got done with 1, and people are gonna love to see him in there again. And the predictions for this fight, I said that it's gonna tell a lot with this fight. We're gonna see what Joyce got left in his chin after it's been chipped away.
We're gonna get to Joyce later. We got Joyce coming up next. All right. We got Joyce coming up next.
Yeah. So I was like saying like, what was gonna happen with this fight? And I'm gonna stick to the bouncer ball, like my brother said. But it came to fruition. We found out what both guys had, and just congratulations, man. Congratulations, man, across the board. I thought that was so dope. Everybody is in agreement. It's one time, like when you go on boxing Twitter, it's not for the faint of heart. You know what I'm saying? When you go on boxing Twitter and you happen to see everybody happy, even the haters. Even the haters was happy. There's just people that go on there and they just miserable for no reason. Everything. They don't got no positive tweets. It's just negativity all the time. You know what I'm saying? They was even happy for Del Boy. It did something to me. It warmed my heart. So shout out to Del Boy, who I'd had dubbed the punching bag, the UK punching bag. He got it. He got it back. He got it back in blood, man. Because it was a while where he was getting consecutive losses back to back. And I was thinking it was time for him to hang it up. But after this spirited fight, people want to see him again. I want to see him again. Even though in my heart, I'll be like, yo, this is a good way to go out. I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? This is a good way to go out. But the way he had people's heart feeling and the way everybody is reacting to this, I'm sure he's not going to – he's going to want to go again. Maybe he wake up this morning and he feel a little different. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what his pockets look like. And like he said, he got 2 more fights on his contract. I would love to see him hang it up, especially me personally as the commissioner. I got a soft heart. I would love to have him hang it up and go off on this victory. But like I said, I don't know that man's pockets, and I don't know what he's trying to do, Like my brother Caden always says, with boxing, you got to try to make as much money as you possibly can so you can set yourself up to live comfortable for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not no retirement plan for boxers and all that other stuff. So maybe that's what the Del Boy is trying to do. I don't know. But should he retire? I would love him to retire on this victory like this. But I can understand if he want to go on. And low-key, after this performance, I wouldn't mind seeing him go in there again. He had my blood boiled. He got my blood flowing. I was going crazy. Shout out to Del Boy. Congratulations.
Something like Del Boy, though.
Yeah. Yo, it just seemed like he just knew. He just, for some odd reason, it was just like he just knew that he had the boy's number.
So the first thing I want to say is Dereck Ward Chisora, over the years, if you've been following the sport, you've seen him in some very spirited fights. He gave a gallant effort against so many of the best fighters in the world. And you saw from going back to David Haye, I remember I didn't know much about Dereck Chisora back then. I just remember they had an argument, and David Haye hit him with a glass bottle, and then heard, he glossed me. And like, we were watching that because what I love about boxing now is we're hip to when Joyce and Chisora is fighting, and we also get to watch it on ESPN, the app. We normally couldn't do that, so it was a lot harder to watch fights back in the day. So we get to actually watch this fight. Dereck Ward Chisora has always come up short in the big fights. That's just what he was known for. 13 L's, could never win the big one. But it's the way he performed in those losses that always made people like, you know what? I want to see Dereck Ward Chisora again. And that's what I tweeted. Now, Trill talked about boxing Twitter. He's absolutely right. You got to be careful when you go on boxing Twitter. Don't take any advice or think that they're knowledgeable people tweeting on boxing Twitter. There are people on boxing Twitter who say things just for shock value. They get a lot of views to their tweets because they have no integrity. They're just looking to get traffic and looking to get views and clicks on their Twitter page. But then when you got to come to YouTube and talk boxing, where you actually got to make sense, no one watches them because it's completely different. When you got to just one little tweet, 140 characters to generate interest is one thing. But when you really got to sit down and chop up the sport, that shows what you know and what you don't know. But yeah, so what I tweeted though was Dereck Chisora always gave the fans value for money. That's why he's able to pack the O2 arena with 13 losses. Some people will say, like, you need a hole to sell. You need a hole to sell. That's not true. Dereck Chisora is proof of that. If you give the fans a great fight every time you step into the ring, they will want to see you. Now, people can talk about the damage he took, the wear and tear, everything. Another thing I tweeted was Dereck Chisora is all heart and stupidity. Because that man couldn't care less about anything but winning the fight. That's why you saw Joyce got so careless because he thought he was going to take Chisora down, and Chisora comes with an overhand right out of nowhere, and all you saw was timber, boom. Joe Joyce hitting the ground. So we got Joe Joyce in the next segment, bro, because we're going to talk. I think Joe Joyce is he's a friendly guy, a fan favorite as well. I really like Joe Joyce. But Dereck Chisora and what he did in that fight, he showed grit, guts, heart, a guy with 13 losses, a guy who everyone expected really to get KO'd. I thought he was going to get KO'd. I thought Chisora would do what he does in the early half, and he would get stopped later on in the fight. And it looked like it was going to go that way until Chisora dropped Joe Joyce. And that's when I was like, and Trill, when you talk about cheering, I'm sitting there in the 10th round like, Dereck, go, Dereck, hold him, Dereck. Like a kid. Like it brought you back. This was one of those fights that brought you back to when you were a true diehard fan of a fighter and you just wanted to see him win. I think that's what you're talking about, Trill. Everyone watching that in that 10th round, you're like, we want Chisora to finish on his feet. Like, that's just what it was. Like, you just wanted to see Chisora make the final bell. Now, I'll close by saying this. This fight wasn't the most meaningful fight in the landscape of boxing, but you had the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And I know he got stripped for the IBF, but come on, let's be real. Who beat him for the belt? You got Usyk there in attendance to see this fight. You have the man who fought in the undisputed championship fight, Tyson Fury, who's also watching and sending a social media message about this fight. Sometimes when you give it all, you give it all in the ring, it resonates with the people, not just the fans, but the absolute best. The two other best heavyweights in the division, at least in terms of rankings, we can debate, but number one and number two watched that fight and were inspired by that fight. And that could be a sign of things to come in December when they fight each other. But it's the effort, the heart, the grit, the never say die attitude of Dereck Chisora that made him a fan favorite. And I respect Dereck Chisora. Trill's going to take us out. And please tune in on the next video where we talk about Joe Joyce and what's next for him.
Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I'm the commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill. It's my brother, Caden. It's LLG for life. We the Boxer Bros. We just getting started.